and welcome back to Party Trick Astrology. I'm Nina.
I'm Shaina.
I just hit myself real hard in the chest. And this is your Mars in Cancer.
Yes. Oh, appropriately too.
So appropriate.
I'm gonna give a warning because my throat's really sore and it's really painful to talk right now. So I'm going to be very low energy because I'm very angry about this sick thing. Very angry. Found out about it an hour ago. Really upset. But anyways.
It's okay. The Cancer energy just stews in the sadness. They'll all be like, oh.
No, they'll get it. That's a good point.
They'll get it.
Okay, so it's a water sign.
It's the crab. It's ruled by the moon. It's cardinal. And it rules the chest.
Which she said.
And now what's very specific about Mars in Cancer? It's in its fall.
Oh, yeah. I like Cancer.
Detriment sounds worse than fall, you know?
Detriment, I picture like somebody teetering on like plank across two like buildings, and they're like, ooh, is she gonna make it? I don't know. And then fall is like them falling off and they're already fucked.
That makes sense.
You know?
So let's talk a little bit about why Mars in Cancer is in its fall. When you think of Cancer, it's very maternal. Emotional, caring, nurturing,
victim complex.
And then Mars is very action, power, angry. So those things really do not go together.
No, Cancer is all like, I'm gonna stew in this, and Mars is like, what are those?
Yeah, I seriously don't understand how those two things really work together.
That's the whole point, is they don't.
Exactly. So let's talk about Mars in Cancer when it's in an argument. Because it really doesn't have that kind of like, or it's not that it doesn't have that Mars kind of energy, because obviously you have a Mars no matter what sign it's in, no matter if it's intercepted. But the energy of Cancer is really working against that Mars energy. So you probably don't tend to be very aggressive, but you're still susceptible to being butthurt. So what you do in an argument more often than not is just defend yourself with your little pincers.
Yeah, because you're always, in your eyes, you're always going to be the victim of the scenario. Whether you are or not doesn't really matter, but you're always gonna, defend yourself with the pincers, basically.
You could like phenomenally fuck something up and someone could call you out on it and you would be like, how dare you!
I'm a nice-hearted person.
How could you call me out like that? You're evil.
Yeah, I'm like good and soft and mushy, guys. Come on, I'm a nice gal or guy. What the fuck? And the other person's just like, look, dude, like, it's so obvious that you stole my phone, like, it's in your room. And they'd be like,
how could you accuse me?
You're attacked. I feel attacked. This is some kind of, like, interrogation technique.
But I was reading an article called, what was it called? It was something about astro myths, like mythology and astrology. Oh. And it was comparing Mars in Cancer to the werewolf. Which makes sense because the werewolf is ruled by the moon and having that Mars energy. So maybe when you get to like a serious point of anger, which I don't know what would take you to that place, you can like just get really out of control in a werewolf kind of way and
like having a hissy fit.
Yeah. Think of like the Incredible Hulk. All of those come out of hissy fits, and that's like a werewolf story.
Like, I've like seen it.
Oh well, I haven't seen it either, but I'm like, oh yeah, I have a brother, so it's not necessarily that you're like soft-hearted or like soft or whatever in arguments. You can really just get very hissy and emotional.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the difference between like Mars and Libra and Mars and Cancer is like, well, like, there's tons of differences, but I mean, like, the main one when it comes to just, like, typical Mars energy is, like, I feel like Mars and Libra has a lot of trouble getting angry, but it's not that Mars and Cancer necessarily, like, has trouble getting angry. That's not the issue. It's just how they express it is just, like, awful for everybody, including themselves, kind of situation. Like, there's no, I don't know, it's hard to find the positives to Mars and Cancer. I mean, maybe that they'll probably root for the underdog in scenarios might be good, because they're, whoever the victim is, they're going to be like, I feel for them. I'm always a victim.
Another thing with it being ruled by the moon is that, like, there's no stability really to your anger. It can go up and down, up and down. It's very emotional. Is there anything else to say about Mars and Cancer angry?
Yeah, I mean, I think I already said it earlier, but just, like, you cry a lot, like, when you get angry. It's more just, like, tears streaming down your face. Or, like, trying to hold back tears.
Or maybe you, like, go into this, like, werewolf hissy fit and then run into the other room and cry.
Ah. Yeah, I could see that.
Since I talked about Big Brother in the last video, I haven't looked up his chart, but Josh sounds like a Mars and Cancer.
There you go. There you have it, people. For all your Big Brother chart needs. Drive. Well, it's a cardinal sign, so that is 1+, because cardinal's all about action and Mars is action, so there's that.
You probably strive for security. That's probably your main driving force.
Yeah.
You can probably, though, get very distracted or feel like you're being put down when any obstacle comes in your way. Like, in that way, it's, like, a little hard to, like, push through things. Again, feel like a victim if things are getting in your way.
I guess this goes for, like, anger and drive. I feel like they'd be very affected with anything with their family, you know what I mean, or people that they think of as their kind of family, and that's what would probably get them, like, even more riled up, as if, like, somebody attacks your family or your friends that feel like family,
or your mom.
Yeah, or your mom. Definitely. Like, I feel like that's what you're gonna defend to the very end. Rhyming words.
Now let's move on into the bedroom.
Okay. Well, obviously, like, boobs, huge thing. You're either, if you're, like, a person who has boobs, then you're gonna love them. Or if you're a person who likes boobs, then you're gonna love them on other people or yourself or just in general.
Or you're just gonna want to bury yourself in them.
Like, you're just gonna like that low cut stuff if you have boobs.
Yeah.
Like, showed off. Yeah. Woo. Okay.
You're probably gonna pay a lot of attention to other people's chests and, like, kind of use that as a barometer of, like, how fuckable they are to you.
Is that, like, they definitely have a show when it comes to, like, sex, and so they may have, I feel like they're the kind of people that would have stuff that, like, and I don't want to say since birth, but since they kind of, like, knew what sex was, were, like, hard nosed, because they're like, this is my shell, you cannot cross it. You know what I mean? And not saying that they're, like, all prudes or anything like that. I don't think it has anything to do with it. It's just that, like, you're gonna be like, this is off limits, my shell is this, and that kind of
Just
thing.
not necessarily that flexible.
Yeah.
It's also probably very emotional.
I think you want to be emotionally connected to the person that you're with. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean, like, a relationship, but, like, a friendship, even. Like, I could see Mars and Cancers, like, kind of getting confused almost between, like, people that I'm friends with and people that I'm having, like, I want to have sex with. Maybe they, I don't know, I feel like those can be kind of melded as one, because that, like, emotions will get, like, kind of tangled, I don't know, and they could see, like, oh, I'm friends with this person, I have, like, emotional feelings for them in, like, the friendship way, so I must, like, also have these other emotional feelings, because it's, like, Mars and Cancer gets kind of mixed up with things. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see them as being a one-time wham bam thank you ma'am at all. Like, even if it's casual or just, like, not in a relationship, they probably want to be with a person more than once.
Yeah, like, I feel like if it's outside of a relationship standpoint, it'd be like a friends with benefits thing.
Yeah, definitely. And we know someone who has a Venus in Gemini, Mars in Cancer. So, you know, there is that very, like, connected Mars and Cancer feel when it comes to being intimate. But obviously, Venus in Gemini doesn't really want to commit. So that's, I've talked to that person, it's kind of confusing to them, that whole meeting in the middle.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna be, like, I don't know, I see, like, any kind of, like, Mars water sign as being very, like, fluid and, like, graceful, and Yeah, nothing like harsh or crazy. Like it squares Mars and Aries for a reason.
Be gentle with a Mars in Cancer.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's somebody. Oh my God, cuddling. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Like Cancers, just wherever it is, they just love. But yeah, they're just gonna be like they're gonna love the snuggles.
And they probably want to be like a little just like protected or babied by you.
Maybe I feel like Mars in Cancer or Venus in Cancer would be the kind of person to have those like fairy tale ideas of being swept off their feet in that way. I don't know. Just like almost of like being saved, almost as like not in kind of like a weird mothering way, if that makes sense.
Another thing that I forgot to mention about anger is that they're very prone to giving the silent treatment. They are just going to put on their moody face, their moody shell, and be like, I don't want to fight, but just know that I'm mad.
Yeah, no, totally. They're not going to want to talk about it or confront it as much.
But they're going to make it very obvious.
No, they're not going to hide the fact. They're not going to, talk, just like totally come out and just pretend that everything's fine. They're going to be like...
Very sulky.
Salty.
Sulk.
I know, salty too.
Salty. Salty and sulky.
Sulky, totally.
In that ocean, salty water.
Oh my God, yes. They're fucking living in the salt water, those bitches.
Yes.
Well, that is our Mars and Cancer video. Probably the most negative one we've made, which is, I feel like we always keep on outdoing ourselves.
Right? We keep on roasting and roasting, and then people in the comments are still like, we love it! And we're like, okay.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, Mars is a malefic planet. It's going to be some shit.
Is there any words of advice that we can give to Mars and Cancer?
Try to... This is the most Mars and Libra advice ever. But I was going to be like, try to see it from other people's perspectives. In that sense of, you might not always be the victim. That's just like me with all cancers. Like sometimes you are, and then you could totally, okay, you can maybe soak in it for a little bit, but like, God, they just stew in that shit and don't try to come out stronger, which is why it makes me so frustrated.
Try and use that nurturing empathy in you to see the other person's side, to come to a compromise.
And don't be afraid. I mean, again, like, it's funny, like, a Mars and Libra saying this is like, we have also this issue, but like, definitely Mars and Cancer's like, I don't know, just like definitely like voice your feelings as like straight up as possible, but I think that's advice for everyone.
Yeah.
But some people are better at doing it, like some Mars signs are better than doing it than others, but I feel like Mars and Cancers or any water Mars will kind of like wishy-wash around their actual feelings, and it'll be hard to like pull what they're actually thinking out of them. So I don't know. I'm somebody that I'm just like, just fucking tell me what you're thinking. I don't fucking know. I can't read your mind. I wish I could.
Trust. It's all about trusting people. Put down the pincers and open up your heart.
That mushy soft inside.
Yes.
But anyways, okay. That is all.
That's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.